There are good cars, there are great cars, and there are iconic cars. And I believe the Porsche 911 is an iconic car.
The Porsche 911 is probably my dream car, if I'm honest.
Porsche 911, right now, yet again, those sneaky Germans, it is the complete package. It's got the handling, it's got the looks, it's got everything you're going to want. I mean, it's it, isn't it?
The first time I ever drove one, I was a road tester at Auto Express magazine, and it was the launch of the Porsche 911 Targa. I was just blown away by the sheer beauty and the engineering precision and brilliance of the car.
I agree, Vicky. Over 15 years ago, I drove a Targa too, and it started an obsession. This car really is a proper bit of kit. It's good to nip down the shop and get a pint of milk, and it's a fantastic GT cruiser for those long journeys. It's the jack of all trades, and I love it.
The first time I saw a Porsche 911 was the late 1970s. In the back of my parents' car, Alton Park racetrack, pulled in into the car park, and I saw this orange thing hovering on top of the grass. It almost looked like it was floating. And as it drove past, I was like that. I just fell for it instantly.
So the Porsche has some instant appeal, a look, a shape that is unmistakable.
The 911 is so iconic that I could draw it in my sleep, and if I was blindfolded and I touched a car, I would know that it was a 911. My senses are alert to it, more alert perhaps than in most other cars, because it has got a big heavy rear end that will swing around and bite me.
I think the design of the 911 is iconic. It's a word that's overused, but the 911 really is. You can actually trace that lineage, that window shape, that profile, all the way back to the very first car, right up to the present day with the 992. And what's clever about it, they've never made a huge change with each model year. It's definitely an evolution rather than a revolution.
This is a 1968 911, but it's basically the same shape as the very early ones, 1964 onwards. And this is my car. It's undergoing a little bit of work at the moment, a little bit of restoration, but it's the shape that gets it for me. Look at this sloping roofline that goes all the way down to the back, the bulb over the rear wheel arch that delicately flows into the rear light lens, the doors that do this at the bottom. Look, the door sculptures round at the bottom, so it's like it's holding you tight inside the car. Every time I walk out the shop, I always turn back and have another look at it and go, that's mine, that is, because I absolutely love it. It's beautiful. And it seems I'm not the only fan. But Vicky Butler Henderson, well, she prefers a younger model.
So this is my little pride and joy. It is a Porsche 911 GT3. It's a 997 Gen 1, and I love stroking it. When I sit in this car, I just feel like the rest of the world doesn't exist. It's just me and the machine. The seats hug me so beautifully. The steering wheel is of the right thickness and the right dimension, and the pedals are exactly where I want them to be, not offset in any way. Oh, it's just lovely. I feel instantly connected to this car, and I haven't even turned a wheel. I honestly can't imagine a time in my life where I will not have a 911 in my garage. And boys, if you will excuse me, I've got somewhere to be.